This guy is a wrecking machine, and he's hungry.
All of you chumps are gonna bow. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Money.
You're listening to The Real Estate Debate with Mr. Credit on AM 760 KFMB. If you'd like to contact Mr. Credit, visit mrcredit.org.
All right, welcome to The Real Estate Debate. Mr. Credit here. A great 3 hours of radio programming for you. We're going to make you smarter than everyone else. It starts off in the real estate world. Joining me today for the first time on The Real Estate Debate, our judge for today's show. You know him as Sean the Mortgage Geek. Sean Cahan is here. What's up, Sean?
Hey, not too much. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Now, you call yourself the Mortgage Geek, or everyone kind of calls you Sean the Mortgage Geek, SeanTheMortgageGeek.com, but really you're kind of a real estate guy, and you just happen to buy a lot of it using mortgages, right?
Yes, exactly. I mean, I love mortgages. That's my backbone, but then I have also dabbled into some real estate, and now part of my portfolio and always just trying to work with investors became one myself as well. So
Yeah, and that's really, really cool stuff, and congratulations. I know you guys bought an office building not too long ago. That's really, really cool, so congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
Also, we have a huge show lined up today. Great guests in studio, a lot of people with experience. We have one new person in today. We have a past champion in the studio. We have someone who actually hosts their own radio program. We've got a lot of people here. How do you feel being the judge of today's program, knowing who the contestants are?
Well, the contestants are amazing. I actually had the chance to meet 3 out of the 4 of them in person, and I think that the dynamic that's in this studio today is going to be a really good debate.
Cool. And so let's talk about mortgages for a second. Since we got Sean the Mortgage Geek here, let's get some mortgage insight. One of the things that you said to me not too long ago was that financial reform, CFPB, stuff like that, basically the big hammer that came down January 1st caused a lot of people despair in the mortgage industry. You see stories like Ben Bernanke can't refinance. You think it's a result of that. You told me there's actually opportunity within that reform. What was the opportunity?
I think that right now is a really good opportunity in terms of shopping for the best mortgage rate. There's a lot of fluctuation between one bank and another bank. So
Really?
if you are with your current one lender and you think you're getting the best deal, it's really a good opportunity to reach out to like another branch owner or branch manager and see where their pricing is, because each individual loan officer or branch manager has the opportunity now to choose their actual basis points, and it's set across the board. So if somebody does less volume but still has a high payroll, then they're going to actually have to charge more per rate or per loan today compared to somebody that does more volume.
That is very interesting. So you're telling me that the branch managers, based on the current reform, have more flexibility. If they run a tight ship, if they're not spending money left and right, they can actually offer lower rates, which makes sense, but wasn't the case prior.
That is correct. I mean, on more volume, they don't have to set their basis points as high to meet their, payroll. And so then they can offer, sometimes a lower rate depending on how they're actually set up at their bank.
Very, very cool stuff from Sean Cahan, SeanTheMortgageGeek.com. If you're interested in finding out if he can give you a better rate than you've got right now or that you're currently looking to get, go to SeanTheMortgageGeek.com. All right, you ready to meet our contestants?
I am. Let's do this.
Okay, well, the man whose name is literally on the trophy in front of us, Dana Harris, is here with the Coast Life team, ranchandcoastlifestyle.com. Dana, how you doing, man?
Doing good.
Hey, now this is their first time back since you became a champion. How does it feel now to kind of have that trophy? It's here. We've obviously got it for you. We're delivering it to you today. We've got it on display. How does it feel to be a champ now?
It feels good. I didn't intend that to be there, so I hope it's not intimidating to anyone else. But yeah, it's kind of fun looking at it. I guess it's staring it right in the face there. So. But yeah, glad to be back.
Well, it's like, you've been on the show several times before. You finally got your trophy. You deserved it. It's great stuff. Great to have you back, Dana.
Thank you.
Also, I would say one of the most deserving non-champions in the history of the real estate debate, Melissa Zavala, is with us today as well from Broadpoint Properties and broadpointproperties.com. Melissa, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Ready to take on Dana. Maybe I'll
it's not just Dana. It's not just Dana today.
And the other competitors.
How do you now? And I say you're one of the most deserving non-champions because you've scored more points in a given show than multiple champions have in the past. So I know you feel like you've tasted the trophy and just haven't quite gotten one yet. Do you think today's the day?
Today might be the day. I'm just really blessed to be among such professional people in San Diego County. So if I lose to people that are more deserving, So be it.
So be it. All right. We will make you smarter than everyone else, guaranteed, and Melissa will help. Great to have you here, Melissa. Also, Jake May is in the studio today. Now, he's the first timer on the real estate debate from the Jake May team and jakemay.com. Jake, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm doing good. The weather's good. America's finest city here with all you guys. How could it be any better?
I said the exact same thing. And I do every week. It's great to have you here, Jake. Good luck today.
Thank you much.
Also, Sarah Davis is here. It's your first time on the real estate debate.
Yes, it is.
I've known you for quite some time, though.
Yeah.
And are you still doing your own show?
I am. Yeah, it's on KPRZ. It's 12:10 a.m. and it's called Your Home Matters, and it airs Saturdays from 7 to 8.
Awesome.
p.m.
Awesome. And you can find out more about Sarah and her show at davisestatesandhomes.com. And you also recently kind of went and did your own thing, right? You just opened your own shop.
Yeah, exactly. After 6 years, I opened my own brokerage and added a couple team members, and it's been really, really fun. It's
awesome.
exciting.
Fantastic. Well, it's time to get the show started. Time to get the debate going. What we like to do is take the temperature of the market. So we're going to ask our in-studio professionals to give us the truth.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
We can handle the truth, and that's exactly what we want you to give us today as we take the temperature of the San Diego market. How would you describe the current state of the San Diego market with one word and why? You have 60 seconds. We're starting with Dana, and go.
My one word is flat. I think we're seeing only modest price gains in some areas, nothing like we saw the last quarter of 2013. We see inventory trending up and prices below the 400,000 mark. And all other price ranges seem to be pretty flat or even decreasing. The demand, I think, that I see, the year-to-date demand is lowest since about 2011, but not quite as bad as the bottom. So if inventory continues, I think we see it's sort of a negative absorption rate. We'll probably see some kind of impact on pricing in the future. So, and I don't see the interest rates really helping stimulate. And I think the lower,
isn't that interesting?
Yeah, the lower end of the market, the first-time buyers, I think kind of got priced out to some degree, which is also an impact. And I always like to say, because we always talk about hyper-local markets. I mean, I'm sure you can point. My comments are more around San Diego County in general, but certainly there are areas like I could point in areas of Del Mar, Carmel Valley, or things like that, where things might be a little bit more different. But on a broad scale, it's flat. To me, it's flat.
Okay, I can buy that for $1. Melissa Zavala, describe the current state of the market. One word, 60 seconds.
I'd buy that for $1 too. I also say flat. According to Steve Murray, the CEO of Real Trends and a big strategist, he said it has not been this flat in 20 years.
Yeah.
So Zillow is calling it neutral, but it's flat. And the projected increase over the next 12 months in prices is only 1.7%. And the last 12 months, it was 4.7% in San Diego County. So that's a significant decrease in price increase, which obviously indicates that we're really, really slowing down, as Dana just said.
Yeah, slowing down or maybe getting to an exhaustion point. Good stuff from Melissa Zavala. Jake May, what do you think? How would you describe the current state of San Diego market? One word, 60 seconds.
I would say it's established, and I'm going to actually buy 100 of those for $100. But I always prefer to be an optimist in a real estate market in San Diego. It's taken such good care of me and my clients over the years. I believe the short term, trying to figure out what it's going to do, you're going to go many different directions and many different points of view, but I like to look at it as a large thing. I've been here for my whole life. It's been good to me and my clients. Give it a quick example. My grandmother bought a house in 1950 for $15,000 in El Cajon and sold it 26 years later for $150,000, which is 1,000% increase in her money. So if you go in lean and you go in clean and are not just trying to make a big buck off something right away, you can't go wrong with the San Diego market. Okay. It's America's finest city.
Yeah, hard to argue that. Sarah Davis, what do you think? Describe the market, one word, 60 seconds.
Yeah, the word that I chose is normative. I think that we're kind of reverting back to more of a normal market. I do agree that it's somewhat flat, but only in comparison to what we've seen, which is
what was the word again? Sorry, I don't
normative, as in normal. It is a real word. Okay, normal. Does that sound better?
No, I'm just messing with you. Is normative a real word?
It is a real word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is actually.
You expanded my vocabulary today.
No, it's all good. So, for example, in September, the median price for a home sold in the county was about $445,000 $100,000, which is up about 5.5% from a year earlier. But I do agree that, the days on market is a little bit longer. And so I think if you compare average, September's average October's, we are pretty normal.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Great insight as we're getting the show started today. Here's what we're going to do. Coming up, we're going to check in on the score. We're going to kind of see where the score is at for right now. And we're going to have the rapid fire segment. We will make you smarter than everyone else on the real estate debate. Mr. Credit here, AM 760 KFMB.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Debate with Mr. Credit on AM 760 KFMB.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for hanging out on a Sunday afternoon. The Real Estate Debate is going down. Sean, the mortgage geek, Sean Cahan, is our judge today. Sean, what are the scores looking like so far?
Returning champion is ahead right now with 4.
And that's Dana Harris.
We have Melissa at 2. Jake is at 1, and Sarah is at 2 points.
At 2 points. Okay, so let me see if I got this right. Dana Harris has 4.
Yes, that is correct.
Melissa Zavala has 2.
Mm-hmm.
Jake May has 1.
Correct.
And Sarah Davis has 2.
Yes.
Okay, so that's where our current scores are. Sean is a stingy judge, clearly, right? So he is not throwing points around, guys. That's something that's good to know.
We got to get them earned.
Okay, he wants earned points. I understand. Totally get it. All right, great stuff so far there, Sean. Keep up the good work. Melissa Zavala, you will be leading our rapid fire segment, which is taking place right now. You'll each have approximately 5 seconds to give us an answer. Some people right now, and this is where we're getting this question from, we want to know when it's a buyer's market, because some people are saying we're headed into a buyer's market. Some people are saying we're actually almost in fact, in a buyer's market. Whether that's true or not, still very debatable. Perfect for the real estate debate. So let's see if we can point out some things amongst ourselves collectively that will help people determine when we are actually in a buyer's market. Melissa Zavala, you're first. You know it's a buyer's market when?
There's more than 6 months of inventory.
All right, good answer. Jake May, you know it's a buyer's market when?
The seller wants to leave the Ferrari in the garage and convey with the full price offer.
Good. Sarah Davis, you know it's a buyer's market when?
There are 7 houses for sale on one street.
Okay. Dana Harris, you know it's a buyer's market when?
You aren't getting multiple offers anymore.
Okay. Melissa Zavala, you know it's a buyer's market when?
Sellers start sweeping the porch.
Sellers start taking care of the property. Imagine that. Jake May, you know it's a buyer's market when?
When the seller offers more commission than what's standard.
Okay, very good point. Sarah Davis, you know it's a buyer's market when?
New builders will rip out the brand new flooring and put in new flooring at the request of a buyer.
Okay, when the builders will do whatever you want after the place is built, you're in a buyer's market. Good stuff, Sarah Davis. Dana Harris, you know it's a buyer's market when?
Comparable sales prices are higher than active listings.
Ooh, interesting. Melissa Zavala, you know it's a buyer's market when?
Agents start setting lots of open houses.
Yeah, open houses are back, aren't they? Jake May, you know it's a buyer's market when?
When there's a lot of inventory just not moving.
Yeah, inventory's not moving. Sarah Davis, you know it's a buyer's market when?
Sellers are offering more incentives with the sale.
Okay. Like concessions?
Concessions, new carpet and cars, like he said. Yeah.
Dana Harris, we will know that it is a buyer's market when?
When you see investors entering the market and trying to do flips again.
Ooh, very bonus points for that answer. Great answer. Melissa Zavala, we will know that it is a buyer's market when?
When prices decline.
When you start seeing some red. Who knows? That may never happen again. Jake May, I'm just kidding. Jake May, we will know that it is a buyer's market when?
When the number of expired listings start to increase.
Yeah, yep. Keep an eye on the expired listings. That is a really good sign. Sarah Davis, we will know that it is a buyer's market in San Diego when?
More people get their real estate agent license and become lenders as well.
Oh, okay. We'll see if that. Didn't they put rules in place? Can they still do that, Sean? Is that doable?
Yes, no, I'm not saying both.
Highly upon.
You mean as I'm not saying acting as both. I'm saying, one or the other. People are getting into the market because they, my friend wants a loan. I'm going to,
Okay, good. Yeah. Now I get it. I almost buzzed you, but I'm not buzzing you now because that's acceptable. I get it. Dana Harris, we will know that it's a buyer's market in San Diego when
real estate ads in the UT get bigger and more prevalent.
Ah, interesting. You mentioned the UT, threw the UT in there, utsandiego.com. Melissa Zavala, we will know that it's a buyer's market in San Diego when
agents are investing $1,000 a month in pay-per-click advertising.
Pay-per-click, we'll be back for sure. Jake May, we will know that it's a buyer's market in San Diego when
the sellers say, hey, all that nice furniture we'll convey.
It'll come with the property. We staged it, but we'll pay for it. You can have it. Sarah Davis, we will know that it's a buyer's market in San Diego again when?
Simply put, supply exceeds demand. There are more houses than there are buyers.
There are more houses than there are buyers. Okay, so when the inventory essentially gets to a certain point where there are more houses for sale than there are buyers in the marketplace.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I know where she's going with that. Dana Harris. Let's see. No, not last round yet. Dana Harris. We will know that it's a buyer's market in San Diego again when
median sales prices are declining.
When median sales prices are declining. Okay. Could median sales prices decline in a seller's market? I guess not technically, huh? It wouldn't be a seller's market. Melissa Zavala. We will know that it's a buyer's market in San Diego again when
home stagers start getting rich.
Home stagers start buying nicer cars. That's right. Jake May. We'll know it's a buyer's market in San Diego again when
your inbox is full of market price reduction notifications.
That's so true. Depending on where you're looking, that may already be happening. Sarah Davis, we will know that it is a buyer's market in San Diego again when
brokers will start offering cash prizes to brokers at broker open caravans just so that they get other agents in the door.
Just to get other agents to the property, not even buyers. Very, very good point. Dana Harris, we will know it's a buyer's market in San Diego again when
when for sale signs in your neighborhood aren't disappearing.
Aren't disappearing. In fact, they're growing. All right, final round of rapid fire. Melissa Zavala, we will know that it's a buyer's market in San Diego again when
sellers pay off the HOA, pay the HOA for a few years and also pay off the Mello-Roos.
When they pay off the Mello-Roos. Man, has that ever happened? I don't know. Have I been alive long enough to see that happen? Jake May, we will know that it's a buyer's market in San Diego again when
the agent repeatedly asks the seller for multiple price reductions.
Yep. Sarah Davis, we will know it's a buyer's market in San Diego again when
we see more money being spent on upgrades, more people getting contractors to do repairs to their property prior to listing.
Prior to sale. That's a very good point there. Dana Harris, final answer for the rapid fire segment. We will know that it's a buyer's market again in San Diego when
you see me buying a new car.
Very good stuff. All right. That's the end of rapid fire. Coming up, it will be the lightning round. We'll find out what the score is. Who will walk away with the Golden Microphone Trophy today? Will it be Dana Harris with the Coast Life team and RanchandCoastLifestyle.com? Melissa Zavala with BroadpointProperties.com? Could be Jake May, a first-timer on the real estate debate from JakeMay.com, or Sarah Davis with DavisEstatesAndHomes.com. Coming up, the lightning round will make you smarter than everyone else. The real estate debate on AM 760 KFMB.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Debate with Mr. Credit on AM 760 KFMB.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Debate. You can find out more about our contestants today, see past shows, listen to past shows, and see past shows on therealestatetedebate.com. Time to check in with Sean Cahan, Sean the Mortgage Geek, who is our judge today. Sean, what are the scores looking like?
Much closer than they were in the first round. Dana is still in the lead with only 1 point ahead, though. So he's at 12. Melissa is 10. Jake is 10, so he came up. And Sarah is at 11. So
wow.
Really, really, really close
Tight
here.
race. Okay.
So I think this next round is going to be good.
Next round is this is the big round, the lightning round. By the way, that's Sean Cahan from SeanTheMortgageGeek.com judging the show today. Thank you for keeping good tabs on things, Sean. So Dana Harris has 12 points. Melissa Zavala has 10. Jake May has 10, and Sarah Davis has 11. Very, very close. Still anybody's golden microphone trophy today as we slide into the lightning round. Jake May will be leading this one off. So what we're going to do is try to give sellers advice for what to do as we head toward the holidays. A lot of people think that it's a horrible time to sell your home, or they're just not quite sure what to do, the difference between selling during the summer or selling during the fourth quarter and the holidays. So we're going to ask our in-studio experts to tell us what is the best thing you can do when putting your house on the market in the fourth quarter. And then we'll ask them what's the worst thing you can do. So something you should do, something you shouldn't. Jake May, we'll start with you. What is the best thing you can do when putting your house on the market in the fourth quarter here in San Diego?
Well, typically during the holiday season, a lot of people don't allow the house to be shown immediately upon request. So my answer is to make sure the property is available for immediate showings the whole time through the holidays.
Okay, so it's your advice is mostly around the idea of, hey, if you're going to have your house on the market, be ready to sell the house.
Exactly. be willing to show it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times they want appointment only, 2-hour appointment, that type of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. All right. Good stuff. Sarah Davis, what is the best thing you would advise someone to do when putting their house on the market in the fourth quarter here in San Diego?
I would say use the holidays, everything from Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, if you do Hanukkah, New Year's, use that time to advantage to stage your home appropriately, whether you hire a professional company or not. Use the smells and the sounds and just kind of decorations that go along with the holidays, because you want it to feel really warm, and you want the buyer to walk in and kind of envision, spending these holidays in that house with their family. So make it just seem like a product that they can envision putting themselves in.
Let me ask you a question. Does that start with Halloween? Like, do you put ghouls and goblins in there?
I wouldn't go too far for Halloween. I really wouldn't. But sometimes people really like it when they see just a little something, like not gruesome, but like goofy,
pumpkins.
Cute. Like, look how cute this person decorated. They must be a family person. That kind of stuff. A little bit. And then you can go more so for,
Thanksgiving and Christmas.
And things like that.
Okay. All right. That's interesting.
People like it.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. Not just staging, but theming. Trying to make, because at the end of the day, when someone's a buyer, they want to walk in and be able to say, this looks like home. So that's...
And they want to remember the property if they just saw 10. Too.
Yeah.
People will, the one with the really nice
decorations.
Lights. I know it's silly, but
Boom.
It works.
No, I love that. Great stuff from Sarah Davis. Dana Harris, what is the best thing someone can do when putting their home on the market in the fourth quarter here in San Diego?
I might say one of the most important things is to price it realistically. If your goal is to get an offer, then you should really be at fair market value for the house. The reason I say that is because people that are shopping for homes during the holidays are serious buyers. So if you think about, they're not at home baking a spiced rum cake or something, right? They're out, like they're in my car, and I'm driving them around. We're actually looking at homes that they might want to buy. So I think that's really key, is to keep that in mind. If your house is priced, at the fair market value, you stand a better chance of getting a real solid buyer than during the holiday season.
Yeah, and the key there is the market value. So looking at what the other houses are selling for and making sure you're very competitive to that, not necessarily just looking at your house, which a lot of home sellers will do. And you're absolutely right. A lot of the buyers in the fourth quarter will actually become kind of frozen because they don't want to put decorations up or put a tree up or really hunker into their quarters because they know they're looking to move. So very, very good stuff from Dana Harris. Melissa Zavala, what is the best thing you would advise someone to do when putting a house on the market in the fourth quarter here in San Diego?
Well, sellers that put it on in the fourth quarter do need to be highly motivated. They need to keep it open for showings. They need to keep it super clean. Buyers that are buying in the fourth quarter, as Dana just mentioned, are highly motivated to get in quickly. They want to see it right away. They want the seller to be ordering all the inspections and all the pest control and the septic or whatever needs to get done right away. They're highly motivated because they're imagining that lifestyle for themselves. So really, what the best thing to do when putting your house on the market is fourth quarter is to understand that buyers know the market, that you can't overprice, and you need to be motivated to sell.
You threw me for a loop with septic. You reminded me of like back home. I'm from Missouri. She's like septic. Where? I just had a flashback.
Fallbrook, Valley Center, parts of Escondido, a lot of parts of North County.
I know you're in Escondido and Broadpoint Properties. Your office is up there.
Yeah,
anyway.
We do have one office there.
So, one of your offices is up there. So it just threw me for a loop when I heard septic. It just reminded me of buying houses in Missouri. All right, we're back around to Jake May. So Jake, now we're going to talk about the worst thing you can do when putting your home on the market in the fourth quarter. Tell us what your best advice is.
Well, you don't want to be the former winner of the Christmas light show and trying to show your property. But the worst thing you can do is not allow your house to be shown and have it all cluttered up.
Yeah, so clutter and too many Christmas lights could be a turn off. Good stuff from Jack Bay. Sarah Davis, what's the worst thing you can do when putting your home on the market in the fourth quarter in San Diego?
The worst thing you can do is overprice on purpose. You would think that people would be, smart enough and never do that. But there are some sellers that will say, you know what, I don't think there's as many buyers until January. Let's just test the waters, just test the market and see, can we price it 20 grand higher? And in reality, buyers don't respect that. They know, and they're going to expect a discount automatically. So, don't just test the waters, be serious about it and list it at a price where you are going to get the most number of buyers seeing that property within the first 2 to 3 weeks on the market. Listed at market value, not above.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Almost the mindset of buyers has changed these days, where the negotiations, that if they see a home that's priced too high, they don't offer a lower price as often. They just kind of move on. It's crazy, but they kind of move on. They don't say, all right, well, we think it's worth $540. It's listed at $599. We'll make an offer at $540. They don't do that. They just kind of go, that person's out of their mind. So good stuff from Sarah Davis. Dana Harris, what's the worst thing you can do when putting your home on the market in the fourth quarter here in San Diego?
Well, I think Jake had this on the best thing to do. I took the other side of that. The worst thing to do is not being accommodating for showings, even though it is the holiday. And as I said earlier, buyers that are out are serious buyers. And if you don't want to be bothered with showings, then you should really withdraw your home for the holiday season. And the MLS rules actually require that. So, agents should be advising their sellers that that's the case. And along that same line, speaking of the agent, is you need to make sure that your agent is going to be available over the holidays and going to answer their phone so that a showing can even be set up. And so that's another key thing to think about when you're a seller in the holiday season is, are all the parties there and available to support? And are you willing to accommodate people as they come around and see it? So there's nothing more frustrating than that as an agent when you're working on the holidays and you can't get into a house that you've got a buyer that is really motivated to see. So. Yeah,
that's probably the apex of the points that we're making here is that if you're going to have your house on the market, be on the market, actually be in the market and not just on the market.
Yep,
otherwise, just wait. Heck, if you're not ready, you're not ready. Wait until later, but don't accrue market time because that doesn't help you at all. It doesn't help your agent either when they have to negotiate with a house that's been on the market for 150 days. Melissa Zavala, final answer for this segment. What is the worst thing someone could do in putting their house on the market in the fourth quarter here in San Diego?
Well, clearly, if you're letting people into your home when you're having a holiday party with too much eggnog, that's not a good thing. So just over-decorating, lots of pictures, again, overpricing, all of those things really, really contribute. And I would agree with Dana, again, going after him in sequence, unfortunately, or fortunately for me, that really, they need to select an agent who is going to be totally with them through the holiday season. And traditionally, agents check out around November 26th or so for the year.
Is it November 26th? I always thought it was the 27th.
25th.
25th.
Right after Halloween.
right after Halloween. Then that's the end. No, I think that's is a good point worth reiterating is that if you're going to have someone listing your house, that they don't just have a sign in the yard for the sake of the neighbors seeing it, that they're actually going to be there to work the property, not going to be in Rome for the whole month of December. That definitely makes a lot of sense. Or if they are going to be out of town, that you've at least asked that question. You've said, hey, are you going to be here? Okay, you're not going to be here. Then who am I going to talk to? Or who's going to take calls when people call my sign? And by the way, home sellers, call that number that's on the sign just to see what happens from time to time. It could be interesting. All right, coming up, it's going to be For the Win. We're going to do For the Win today with Agree or Disagree, and that is that home sellers should sell now before prices drop significantly. We will see if our in-studio experts agree or disagree with that statement, get an update on the score, and crown a champion when we come back on the Real Estate Debate, AM 760 KFMB.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Debate with Mr. Credit on AM 760 KFMB.
All right, welcome back. Thank you for hanging out with us on your Sunday afternoon. Mr. Credit here. You're listening to the Real Estate Debate. You can contact any of our contestants or myself or Sean the Mortgage Geek through therealestatedebate.com. Also watch and listen to past episodes there. So let's find out what the score is. Before we begin our final segment For the Win, Sean the Mortgage Geek, Sean Cahan, is here from SeanTheMortgageGeek.com, judging today's show. Sean, what are the scores looking like right now?
Well, we have a 3-way tie for second.
Whoa.
Sarah, Jake, and Dana. And Melissa actually came out on top on that last round because I really liked her last answer.
Wow. All right. What are the point totals?
We have 16 for Sarah, 16 for Jake. Melissa's at 17, and Dana's at 16.
Holy smokes. This is really
bonus round.
Really close. Wow. Yeah. If someone could get bonus points in this round, it's going to be huge. Now, in this particular situation, you guys will have approximately 90 seconds for each answer. So you have some time to really set up and tell us why, because this is about agree or disagree. In fact, we've got a little open for that. Let's play it.
Time now for agree or disagree.
Can't we just settle this over a pint?
Agree?
Yes! Yes!
Or disagree?
To call you stupid would be an insult to stupid people!
Let's get it on!
All right, there's our little opener created by Bobby Woolridge. Just giving a shout out to Bobby Woo real quick. All right, so agree or disagree. Sarah, you'll be starting us off in this segment. Home sellers should sell now before prices drop significantly. Agree or disagree, and why?
I'm going to agree. However, I want a caveat is that you said home sellers, not homeowners, because I don't want people to freak out and think that, if someone wants to live in their house for the next 5, 10, 15 years, forget about it. Don't worry.
Absolutely.
But if they are already in the mindset that I want to sell within the next year or so, if that's their goal, then yes, I do agree. The article that you referenced talks about the different phases that we're going through right now. I think we're in phase 1 where we are seeing a slowing off. And, the average real estate cycle is about 5 to 7 years. And if you think about 7 years ago where we were, 2007, 2008, we had a crash. We had a major correction, right? I don't think we're going to have one as severe, but we are due for a correction. It's about that time. Now, the only thing I will say is that, this is a campaign year, so the White House might, they want to look good, right? So they might respond with corrections quicker.
Okay, so they might act more quickly to help correct that type of situation. In the article she's referencing that I sent to our contestants today before the show. No, that's okay. I didn't mention it. It's my bad. This guy, former Goldman Sachs executive, his name's Joshua Pollard. He sent what they're calling a sobering 18-page report to the White House, warning of a potential downturn in home prices that could be essentially catastrophic. I mean, he's talking about, bloody murder here. I mean, he thinks it's going to be horrific, and that's what he outlines some reasons as to why. Now, that's across the country. We're talking about San Diego, and that's the reason why we make the show very local, because you see things like this. I mean, anyone could have seen it. It was on dsnews.com. A lot of people go there for real estate information. You might have seen that, and you would go, oh, man, there's a bloodbath coming. But it may not apply at all to San Diego, and that's why I wanted to give you guys a chance to kind of tell us what the reality is here. So, Dana Harris, you're up next. Agree or disagree? Home sellers should sell now before prices drop significantly, as Joshua Pollard has told the White House.
It's kind of like Sarah. I said agree, but conditionally. I think there's definitely a scenario building that could cause prices to drop. And I had mentioned earlier in the show about the 400K inventories, in that price range increasing. That's definitely an area in the last downturn investors definitely played in a big way. And if inventories maybe are building in that area, it could be a sign that they feel that prospects for future profits just aren't, going to be there. So that's one sign. I guess we'll have to wait to see as we move into summer and next year, really, for some more indications as to whether the market is going to continue to cool off or whether, it's going to start to move up. I said earlier, too, about the low interest rates. I don't think that's done a lot. I personally wouldn't do the chicken, doom and gloom, sky is falling, Chicken Little thing to people and say you got to sell now. But I mean that's something, and I think Sarah might have just mentioned that if they have a strong enough why, a driver to sell, then they probably should. But if they don't, then why not hold off? The interesting thing that I looked at is after I read that article that you sent is I looked at the CPI index against median home prices. And if you look at the history of that chart and you see that in around the tech boom, it's separated, and it's separated until it crashed. And now it's come back down, but now it's started to, since 2009, it started to diverge a little, which is totally different. And I just think that the notion that a house should be an investment, that's how we got in the the problems we got in. Back in the day, he mentioned how much his grandmother's house was worth. Back in the day, I think when you bought a house, it wasn't because you wanted to get rich quick or turn a profit. You used it as an ATM machine. It's just like you needed a place to live. Right. And over time, you built equity. There's a huge difference between building equity and making a profit.
Yeah, no question. So far, both of our in-studio experts have agreed with this statement. We will see what Melissa Zavala thinks. Melissa, home sellers should sell now before prices drop significantly. Agree or disagree?
Delete significantly.
Okay.
And then I agree.
So you technically disagree.
Okay. So here's the situation. Statistically, prices decline when the absorption rate in a county or an area is 6 months or more, and it's a buyer's market. And when it's a buyer's market, there's more stuff on the market, and that causes people to lower their prices to sell faster. Simple, right? Supply and demand. Okay. So here's some stuff that's going to cause more people to get into the market and need to sell. HELOCs, 10-year HELOCs are now going to adjust. So when people were buying those Escalades and those boats in 2004 with stated income HELOCs, now the interest only on those equity lines is going away, and they're going to face the sticker shock. They won't be able to afford it. They're going to go try and refinance it. Ain't going to happen, and they might have to put their houses on the market. So the LA Times reports that in the next 24 months, there's going to be a significant amount of HELOCs that are going to default. Additionally, since 2012, actually, Leslie Appleton Young, who's the chief economist for the California Association of Realtors, has predicted and continues to predict that we're going to see another downturn in 2017. And then I found that Zillow Home Value Index actually also suggests that although they do anticipate a price increase in the county of 1.7%, they say that it'll take 2.7 more years for the national home values to re-achieve their pre-recession levels. So I think that more things are coming on the market, and that's going to, when people start lowering their prices, there may be a few more short sales and foreclosures coming on because people that were on the fence, and right now in San Diego County, 9% of homeowners are still underwater. So then if they're like just level, and if they sell it for $10,000 less, it's going to be a short sale, and now they're going to be forced to because they're got 7 homes on their street on the market.
Yeah. No, that's very, very good stuff there from Melissa Zavala, Broadpoint Properties. You did use the Z word, though. I don't know. Is that do you lose points for using the Z? I'm just kidding. Just jokes for you, Melissa. Are you writing for Zillow or Trulia? You write for Trulia. The T word's okay.
Well, Zillow owns Trulia.
That's
so
true.
I guess.
Zulia. So it's Zulia or something.
Zulia. All right, Jake May. So far, I guess, well, technically that was a disagree. It was a semi-agree. So far, everyone's agreed. Jake May, do you agree or disagree with this statement? And then tell us why home sellers in San Diego should sell now before prices drop significantly.
Well, as far as I agree with the article according to the United States in a whole. But as far as San Diego, I disagree with the article, the relevance of San Diego. If you want to talk about Florida, Phoenix, what's left of Detroit, New York, and other heavily populated areas where market conditions are an indicator of what's going to happen in real estate, then sure, I agree. But we're talking about San Diego, America's finest city. Everyone wants to live here, retire here, go to school here, vacation here, and die here. And so on and so forth. What happens to the rest of the country doesn't necessarily translate to what happens in San Diego. And this article was actually written for the nation and not San Diego.
Yep.
And, I ran across a really great ad from the UT San Diego article dated October 13th that said the real estate website, Movado, said that San Diego's 92121 zip code, Sorrento Valley, Torrey Hills area, is one of the best San Diego County, but the 6th best zip code out of 28,061 counties in the United States. They base the rankings data on such medium household income, unemployment rate, average commute time, medium rent, home values, high school graduation rate, and number of families below the poverty line.
I think I get it, Jake. I don't want to interrupt you, but we do have to wrap up here pretty quickly. Sean, if you can step up and tell us what the final point totals were. Jake, great answer, by the way, and I totally get it. San Diego is not the nation. The report has nothing to do with San Diego. Sean, give us the point totals as quickly as you can.
We have Sarah at 21.
Okay.
We have Jake at 22.
Okay.
We have Dana here at 22.
22 for Dana.
It looks like Melissa
is the real estate debate champion.
Finally.
You have won the real estate debate. Great job. Melissa Zavala from BroadPointProperties.com. That's all for the real estate debate. Coming up next, Talking Money with Mr. C. I will be back in the studio. We got 2 more great hours of radio. Please stick around.